What up, friends? What up, friends? I am Geoff Fienberg here with you on the Friday afternoon edition of the Geoff Fienberg Show. Sorry about the little 10-minute delay. That was all my fault. It wasn't Top Shot related, although I do have thoughts on that. I was probably going a little too fast in some traffic to get here 10 minutes late, but real life called this morning, had one of those appointments that book long before I think I even agreed to do this show. And whatever. Happy to be here Friday afternoon. I don't have a clue what's going on the leaderboard, so I'm looking forward to doing that myself live with you guys in a couple minutes. I'm totally out of the loop. I assume if I was free and able today, I would have missed another top shot drop. I would have gone 0 for 4. I'm 0 for 3 since I have started trying to acquire packs. Is what it is. Sorry, excuse me. Okay, let's go. Geoff Fienberg Show, FTNDaily.com. We are ready to rock with you on a Friday afternoon. Presented by Prize Picks. PrizePicks.com. Promo code FTN. 100% instant match bonus up to $100. Sorry, guys. Just going to fix my screen a little. It's my fancy Seattle Kraken sweatshirt. Sharp. But Prize Picks, promo code FTN, 100% instant match bonus up to $100 as the PGA Tour is out in Florida. I wasn't able to make a PGA Tour ticket for the show today, but that won't stop anybody. Tons of action, NBA, college basketball, NHL, tennis, soccer. It's all there. PrizePicks.com. Promo code FTN gets you that 100% match bonus. I love to do my multi-sport tickets. I have a ton of fun doing that, as I've spoken about many times before. Tonight, I'll be looking to mix a little golfer with a Saturday golf score with something on the ice. I'm watching what Chris Meany has been popping on his hockey picks over at prizepicks.com. He's always seeming to crush it. Just taking a look at some of the hockey board this evening that I wouldn't mind being invested in one moment. Nathan McKinnon has a projection of 4.5 this evening. That is something I could be really tempted to get in on the over as the Avalanche take on the Coyotes. And Anze Kopitar, I would say the under 3.5 there. I don't know a ton about hockey, although last week I came on here, gave a hockey pick because I'm a hockey wizard. And this week I'm wearing a hockey sweatshirt. And now I'm talking about some hockey prize picks of my own accord. Isn't that interesting? Having some fun here on a Friday, but certainly I will be making my multi-sport tickets and looking for later today when the action is done at Concession Golf Club in Florida for some updated Saturday prize pick numbers, because even though I certainly was wrong in my projections from Wednesday for prize picks for first round action, there were soft numbers. You just got to pick the right players. Well, how do I put this? I mean, I guess you just got to pick the right side of the players, right? Easy, simple. Prize Picks, prizepicks.com, promo code FTN, 100% instant match bonus up to $100. Honestly, I talk about it a lot. It's more than an ad. I love getting in on that site. Incredibly easy to use, simple to navigate, simple to find the scoring layouts for any sports. If you have any questions, do that. Get in on it. Okay, should I check out the leaderboard? I'm a little nervous. I don't know if I want to do that yet. Maybe we'll do that as we get closer to the show, because I don't need to get interrupted in that. So I'm going to talk about Top Shots here for a couple minutes and give you my overall assessment. I think I've been essentially pretty consistent in my assessment, and I will remain consistent. Obviously on the introductory level a couple months ago, it was incredibly confusing for me. And I don't know if you're as dumb as I am, but my initial thought on Top Shot, when it was explained to me the first time, I even joked about this on a pod with Mayo. I was like, wait, so you own the clip? Like you own the clip? Like if you have, I guess it's easy to say, like if you have like a James Harden clip and HBO wanted to do a documentary or ESPN's doing a sports century on James Harden, they would need your permission like to run the clip. Let's be perfectly clear. So that's like how far I've come on where it was. It's super cool. I can't get a pack though. I can't get a pack. It does seem like getting a pack is free money at the moment. This is what I don't understand. This is what I can't wrap my head around. This is where many of you will be how do I put this? This is how I would say many of you could get hurt. Just my opinion. I'm not nearly as smart as a lot of the people like heavily invested in Top Shots. Not at all. And we'll quickly throw this out of the way, and it can lead in to what I want to say next. They're like, Fienberg, blah, 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 the dear Herbert, cardboard, garbage, blah, blah, blah. Like, you would, like, wouldn't you want a Herbert Top Shot? Yes, I would want a Herbert Top Shot. If the NFL did Top Shot, I wouldn't be able to afford a Herbert Top Shot. Let's put it that way. Based on like what shitty basketball players go for, what an actual top prospect would go for, like in that sense. So yeah, I want a Herbert Top Shot. Totally. And I would totally get why Herbert Top Shots, Joe Burrow Top Shots, Jalen Hurts Top Shots, Justin Jefferson Top Shots. Give me any rookies, like the prospecting aspect of collectibles. And I would totally get why Mahomes and your Watsons and your Rodgers, just like your LeBrons and your superstars, like hold a value. And I understand why the high draft picks like would hold a value. Or you are like prospecting late first round picks and thinking a couple of them will make it big. I get why they hold a value. I could even wrap my head around the astronomical prices that say a LeBron James is worth, or a Ja, or a Luka. Like I can wrap my head around that from a collective aspect. As somebody, I will say, like I've been doing memorabilia my whole life, not like extensively, but you know, getting autographs, spending like tons of my bar mitzvah money on like Ken Griffey stuff, and my bedroom at my parents' house is all like signed jerseys and all that like stuff. Right. So I get the collectibles space well. I know people that used to run a field of dreams. So I had access to things and I get it all. And I get it. And obviously I've gotten back into cards because of Herbert, strictly to collect Herbert. I don't think I would have owned a card had Herbert not been like had the Chargers not sort of had a potential of having a super prospect. I don't see anything that would have brought me two cards. So it's like funny that I'm being brought to Top Shot because I don't know anything about basketball per se. And I'll get to more of that in a minute. So as I was saying, I would want a Justin Herbert Top Shot. It would probably be after Mahomes. Like, you know how this crap works. Like, it would be so coveted. And of course I would want it. But what I wouldn't want is drum roll, please, a Mike Williams Top Shot. I wouldn't want it. Even like a Hunter Henry. I love Hunter Henry. I hope I would have no problem if the Chargers franchise tag him. I would be so sad if the Chargers let him go. I think he's a very good football player. But I wouldn't want to own his card. Like too many people are spending too much money on the Mike Williams NBA equivalent on Top Shot, or the Christian Kirk NBA equivalent on Top Shot. Now, granted, I don't really know who that is because I don't know basketball well enough. But that's what I don't understand. Prospects, superstars, the moon. Open those packs, try to get whatever you can. If you own Top Shots, I would be moving sideways, like consistently. I would be selling and even going out of pocket a bit, like to try to get a top pick, a LaMelo, like anything, or a superstar. When the bubble like bursts, the superstars, the prospects, they'll hold. Of course. It's the insane prices for players that make no sense. Was Tambo on with me from Roto Grinders here a couple weeks ago? Or was last week, 2 weeks ago? He did a great pod. He normally does a pod on cards. But this week, the card podcast sort of became a Top Shot podcast. And there was a couple, everyone very knowledgeable. I wish I could read off all the names, but Tambo and Dan Bach, who are most, whatever. Those are the guys I know from it. But I think everyone involved made great points. But this is where, like, the hill I wanted to die on. Because people were giving me shit on Twitter a couple weeks ago or last week because I said Justin, like a quality number Justin Herbert rookie will live a significantly longer life than these random player top shots that are going for more than that Justin Herbert rookie. You know, obviously there's super high end Herbert rookies and I own my Grail cards too. But like, and a perfect example, and they didn't talk about Herbert on this podcast, but this was the point they made, and everyone's staying with me. And credit to Tambo and the guys, and I forget who else was on it, but I think they do a good card show, and I'm sad I forget their names. But one of the points was made, and it hit me so hard. Like, it was everything I was trying to say, except they said it properly. There are Anderson Varejao top shots going for like $1,000, $1,100. And you can be like, oh, but they're probably rare top shots. They're like to $250, okay? $250 for $1,000. Let's just say $1,000. Anderson Varejao's National Treasure. National Treasure is like literally the highest end card you could get, okay? The highest end card you could get. When you see cards that sell for 5, 6, 7, 8, that Steph Curry rookie that sold, that RPA rookie patch auto that sold for like 900,000, whatever, this past summer, which is ridiculous in and of itself. But that was a National Treasures, right? To five, I believe. So an Anderson Varejao, the highest end, most sought after Anderson Varejao rookie card you could acquire is $70, $80 on eBay. A 1-to-5 National Treasure rookie patch auto, I want to say. But on Top Shots, an Anderson Varejao is $1,000. Listen, I understand like there's old collectibles and this is like the new wave, but there's not a chance in hell that these guys, and I don't own a basketball card. I couldn't name you 3 players on every team in the league. I could not. I couldn't. But there's not a chance in hell these guys that have been collecting basketball memorabilia cards extensively for decades, and they have decided that the Anderson Varejao National Treasures to 5 rookie is worth like $90, and I'll be generous to say $90. But the NFT crowd has decided that the Varejao is worth $1,000 to $250 common. Something has to give there. That's all I'm like. That is the market I would not want to be involved in. Get the packs, gold mine for stars and prospects. If you get something fun that you could sell, do it. Now, this is true story, because it'll seem like I'm making this up because this player was in the news yesterday for a bad reason. But I swear to God, and if you want to come for me, I'll put it in my DMs. Like, I'll show you the exchange before the bad story. Friend of mine on Twitter, got to meet him at the DFS Open last year, Matt Smith, Matt Seminole. Matt Smith, Florida State guy. He's in all like the heavy hitter DK events. He can roll big with the big boys, where the big boys play. WCW. I saw him post a tweet on Top Shot that he bought this like Malik Beasley Top Shot for $1,000, and he was now worth like 7,000. And he's like, "Should I sell?" And I know Matt. I hopped into his DM. I'm like, you got to help me with something, Matt, because I don't sell myself as an NBA guy. I just told you I couldn't name you a handful of players on each team. I said, Matt, I have never heard of this Beasley character. I never heard of him. I get I don't follow the NBA, but I'm a sports guy. I worked in newsrooms forever. I'm on the internet. I watch the same shows. Like, I don't not follow the NBA. Do you know what I mean? Like, I watch enough sports. I keep in the orbit. It's not like I change the channel if they're doing an NBA discussion on a show I watch, because I like being in the know. I'm a sports guy. Hey. This Beasley, I never heard of him. I'm like, Matt, this is my thing with Top Shot. I said to Matt, I don't know who this Beasley is, and he's worth that. My question, like, how can guys who will never sniff a fourth team all-star be worth like that much? You could get Varejão's game worn, like playoff game, Eastern Conference final game worn jersey for cheaper than a goddamn Top Shot of him. That makes no sense. I can't grasp that. I can grasp LeBron to the moon. I can grasp Morant and Luka to the moon. I can grasp prospecting being worth a fortune. Totally get it. But there's this like middle layer here that makes zero sense to me. That makes zero sense to me. And I was late getting started. I didn't get a chance to do my double setup here. So I'm going to go see the chat in a moment. And I'm sure there's people calling me like an idiot. And I'm an idiot. I don't got half a clue compared to those guys that know what they're doing, those early adopters. I don't have a clue. I don't sell myself as having one. But I know that there's an insane inefficiency there. So I'm like, Matt, this Beasley, I never heard of him. How is he worth so much? Like this guy's probably never going to be a third, fourth team all-star. And if you know collectibles, if you know cards, unless there's like a nice PC connection, like a personal fan or personal collection to collecting that guy, there's such a finite amount of players that hold real value. Now, so I think he sold the Beasley for $6,000. Got it for $1,000. Amazing. And then 2 days later, the guy's like drug suspended for 2 weeks. But listen, I wish I had another case study of me talking to another friend about his random NBA player that like shouldn't be worth what it's worth. But that was the conversation I had. Coincidentally, that player had an incident this week. But I don't care, incident or no incident. Beasley for not being suspended. I never heard of you. Never heard of you. And yeah, I get it. I'm not the biggest NBA fan, but that doesn't mean there's a pricing layer in that middle that makes zero sense. And the type of like Gem Mint 10 high-end Herbert card you could get instead of a Malik Beasley Top Shot, I think that was that was my exact point. Like if Herbert is Burrow, get 1.5 Burrows. Herbert's me. I am Herbert. I wish. But that was like my point. You take your favorite prospect, even in a basketball sense. Like I'd rather buy $7,000 worth of Gem Mint LaMelo Ball rookies than a Malik Beasley Top Shot. I'm gonna check out the chat. I hope you guys like, because there could be Top Shot, and I'm not. I think Top Shot is great. I'm not bashing Top Shot. It all makes more sense. Super cool. The how easy it is. Like, I'm waiting on shipping, and there's a card I gotta sell because I just bought a huge card, and I don't even know how to be. The whole process of selling it just feels like such a pain in the ass, and the whole grading process of cards, a pain in the ass. I bought my first card in the beginning of September. I can't wait till like this Panini fuck stops printing cards under the 2020 label. Like, the second they stop printing cards with Herbert's face and that RC logo, rookie card, I can stop. So I like totally like get it. I totally get it. And even in my most naive state on Top Shot, I could always comprehend, even if it didn't really make sense, why like a player like LeBron would be worth the tens of thousands, like the insane numbers, and why other superstars would get in line behind that, and why prospects would get in line in that. But there's a layer of player that I got no clue about. All right. Let's see. Okay, good. No one's there. No. All right. I don't know if anybody watched me just say what I said. But that is how I feel. I don't know. Something's got to give. Something has got to give. Boom, boom, boom. So that's me in a nutshell. That Anderson like Varejao point really does hold. Oh, for me. Okay. What should I do right now? Should I check the leaderboard? Puerto Rico too, I'm interested in, friends. Oh God, I feel like this. Last week, I swear when I said like I was dead last week and it's okay to be dead with your outright picks and like I can have a loss, it's fine. And it's sometimes more enjoyable when you know you lost on Friday with your outrights than sweating it to Sunday and losing painfully like I did with Finau. But when I say it, I do think I mean it. Like, but there have been a couple of times where I come on this Friday afternoon show and I declare my outright card dead. Not in an attempt to like reverse jinx it. Like, it's literally dead. I do not see how I can win. And multiple times we get right into position and sometimes we even win. So I don't want to just like get into the habit of saying that in an attempt to reverse jinx it. But let's go. Hopefully the card isn't dead. Hopefully something good is happening. We hit the leaderboard button. We're waiting for a scroll. See, I'm scrolling to the bottom. We're all the way to the bottom. And we're here. Okay, Lucas Herbert, 11. Whoa, Dustin Johnson still going backwards. Berger, shitty week. Bryson playing better, but you're annoying. Fleetwood, keep embarrassing me, pal. Okay, so now we've reached even par. Woodland, try to climb. Thomas is fighting. Thomas is fighting. I know people who were betting Thomas at 95-1 last night. So Justin Thomas now 1 under. Oh, John Rahm 2 over. Good to see. Sergio later, buddy. Woo! I got a Sergio versus Homa head-to-head as my only head-to-head of the week. So I don't really like seeing Sergio get obliterated like that. That's okay. So we're now at the 2 unders. Sergio, Rory going backwards. Of course, I must be playing tough. Listen, I was out on the road all day, and I don't like to look at. If I look at scores, Like if it's 3 hours ago and I see someone I got money on's got a 8-footer for par, it all consumes me. So I don't want to know about it. At the end of the day, I'll recap your rounds. I'll break down your scorecards. Everything's final. But in the moment, like it's not healthy for me on Thursday and Friday to know what's up. Really isn't. And if I wasn't having to talk to you guys right now, we probably would have gone another couple hours. We would have waited for TV to show up. Now, this takes a lot of work. Sometimes I avoid the internet on Thursday, Fridays because people just message me, oh, this guy's doing that guy's doing that. And that's totally cool. That's normal. That makes total sense. Hatton's even par. Victor Perez, fancy little player. Oh, we're at the 4-unders now. Jason passed the Coke rack. Morikawa. Scheffler's moving. EVR. Matthew Fitzpatrick. Sungjae M. We're into the 5-unders. Ooh, Hideki. Holy smoly. Victor's the man. Louis moving. There's a guy on the board I haven't seen yet, right? Let's hope he's still going. Finau, Reed, Cam Smith, Billy Ho. Okay. This is pretty cool. Go Patrick Reed. I'm cheering for Finau. I'm here for Finau. I really hope Hovland. I said to Kenny on Wednesday that if Victor's like going to win, I'll cheer for him because of you. But how do I put this? Like how Tony lost last week was very painful. And there's painful ways to lose a golf bet. But I think the most painful thing about golf wagering is when you've been on a guy for a bit and then you get off and then he wins like the next week, right? Blah, blah, blah. I know what you're saying. No, that's like every sport. No, it is not. It is not. It is not the same as you betting the Carolina Panthers for 3 straight weeks. They don't cover. They don't win. You lose money. And then you go a different week. You just ignore the Panthers or you bet against them and they win. It's like 12% of what I'm talking about. Because in the end, okay, you missed on that Panthers win. Well, there wasn't another minus 110 spread game that you could have found. When you miss out on a PGA number outright, when you've been with a guy, that hurts. Now, to be fair, as I said to Kenny, they put like Hovland at like 22, which almost lets you know the books know he's going to be the man. But they made that line so low, they made it hard to do anything with. But people still went there, and I'm jealous of them. I know Ben Coley, my buddy out of England from the Sporting Life, is on him. And I know Kenny is on him. I mean, he's 3 shots off the lead, but just him being there bothers me. So the leaderboard really did flip, though, eh, guys? Because who are the overnight favorites? They're gone. Rome was like the favorite overnight. Finau's just the man. I didn't put Finau on my outright card, but I did get a small piece of the 30-1 that like DraftKings boost. There's enough carrier pigeons that wanted to take care of me. It's just a little nugget though. Wouldn't even pay for much. But Finau winning would be great and we would love it. Finau winning would be great. We would love it. Yeah. Should we check Puerto Rico? Let's check Puerto Rico. Oh, Patrick Reed just birdied. Tied for the lead. It's Patrick Reed. Ha ha. Love him. What a guy. Oh, that's good shit. That is good shit. Is he out there with Tony? No, Tony's the hole behind. Cam Smith, Cam, for all the attempt, like Tony scored the best on last Sunday at the Riv to get back into it, to get himself into it. But Cam Smith was the true heater on Sunday. He just couldn't hit a putt. Cam Smith was unconscious. So maybe I should have bet him. Good to see Louis and Hideki getting it going. I got no issues with that. Morikawa winning would break my soul. Morikawa winning would hurt so much more than Hovland. What else is going on, friends? Ugh. I gotta say, my Kraken sweatshirt looks pretty cool on camera. I have to wear this for Mayo's pod next week. The Kraken. I think they hit a home run, I think, with this name logo. Not easy to do, right? Not easy to do. Let's check Puerto Rico. It's going to say what the cut's going to be, but we don't need no cut. We'll scroll a little down in Puerto Rico. We can't go all the way to the bottom. That's embarrassing. Oh, no. That's a real reaction. That's why you scroll to the bottom. You get pain. Oh, Tyler Pendrith having a bad day. He was like tied for the lead last night. That's disappointing. Oh, wow. Woo, woo, woo. Kenny Wu. Super Nintendo Chalmers. Well, I knew I shouldn't have made a single freaking bet in Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico, you lovely island. Island of... That's my West Side Story. But I feel like the beginning of that song was making fun of Puerto Rico, and I didn't want to do that. I did West Side Story a couple times. I know what you're thinking. No, and you're not getting it. And you are not getting it. That is a promise. I'm seeing a lot of negative energy towards today's Top Shot lottery. I didn't get a chance. I wasn't around to try to score packs, but I would have lost anyway. So I have the same 0 as you. Like, we got the same 0, but I don't have the same negative energy as you about it because I didn't have to watch the queue. Also, like, it's one of these things. How do you do Top Shots if you're busy? Like, how do you acquire packs? And are bots involved? Have we stopped the bots? Because now it's like people are complaining about Top Shot packs the same way our Top Shot. People are complaining about not being able to get Top Shots the same way they're complaining about not being able to get cards. Right? I can't get any cards at the Target anymore. Huh? Pretty cool. I do not agree. I will say this about Top Shot. I don't like any of these Beanie Baby comparisons. It'd be the same way as saying, like, let's say you had like a podcast in like 97 and it was like really good and you had this like good idea, but like, it just never took off. Like, it didn't meet its expectations. Because podcasts weren't like a thing where you're going to listen to it. They're harder to find. People didn't know what they were. My point with Beanie Babies in defense of Top Shots is, like, if you collected that crap, because that was like just at the very beginning of eBay, kind of, right? The Beanie Babies. So that was sort of in a pre-eBay, pre-online marketplace. You had to like go to a convention. You had to go to a flea market. How did you know what other ones were worth? Like, if Beanie Babies existed in this marketplace where you could interact so freely and easily with other like-minded beanie collectors, it probably lives a longer life than it did. I didn't collect Beanie Babies. I'm not a fan of Beanie Babies. All I am saying is this online marketplace, right? The Dapper, it lets you, like, this thing's got like a real, it's got a real chance. It's got a real chance to like live infinity, is kind of my point. I don't know about infinity, but it's got a real chance to like live, to not just be like a fad in that sense. The marketplace seems incredibly, listen, there are negative things to say. Will those random players be going for as much money as they can when people can actually withdraw their money, or are they just playing with the money that's like they feel is stuck in the system? That's another conversation I think to have about these mid-level guys, these mid-lower level guys that are selling for pretty real money. That they're genuine limited like memorabilia, collectibles, and or even highest end cards don't even sell for close to those prices. So that's, that's what it is. But I will say, it sounds like they're having UFC Top Shot, and that has the chance to be pretty freaking cool. And I know I'm like, obviously, dude, but just this whole concept of, this whole thing, it's like a specific dunk, a specific like layup, like the knockouts, the subs, like to own the specific thing. Like, sweet man, you own this dunk that was like 2 points of a night that had 250 points total scored in this NBA game. Like the knockout blow. I don't even know UFC. I couldn't even name you. Be embarrassed to like see me try to name current fighters. But I watch the events and I take the advice from you guys behind on the FTN team and my boy P Shag and Paulie Saftik. And the guys here at FTN, like I'll bet the fights, but I don't know who the guys are. But the like knockouts, that sounds like, if I'm going to own a clip, it's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. But then again, like, will really shitty fringe fighters who are never champions, like their top, or even sniffed a title shot, like, are their top shots going to be selling for a fortune? I don't know. I don't know, but UFC I think is the next one, and that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. But again, I do agree. Top Shots is the future. And the marketplace for collectibles, with having my experience in cards and the shipping and the grading, what a goddamn pain in the ass all that is. So they've taken it and they found their NFTs, and that's super cool. But why, unlike other collectibles, whether it be, autographs or cards with autographs on them, are players that community has decided are worth so much money in an NFT space? So that is the convergence I'm most intrigued by. But I would love to get one of these random players and sell the highlights. But if I had a couple of these guys that are selling for very quality prices right now, like middle tier players that I believe are never going to sniff an all-star, a second team all-star, third team all-star, I would sell everything I had to try to buy one higher end preeminent prospect or superstar. That's the move, man. That's the move. That's the move. Oh. Advice for someone just getting into card trading. You got to have fun with it. And you got to collect what you like, collect what you know. If you're a football fan or a basketball fan and you got a feeling about a prospects or guys that weren't highly drafted, I don't know, you watch them. Like, collect what you know, collect who you like. I'm lucky in the sense that, Herbert's an extreme ascending example, but if I overpay, I love the Chargers. I love Justin Herbert. So owning something with his face and his picture, like, still holds a value to me until he sucks, I guess. Right? Until he sucks. But yeah, so that's sort of sorry, that was a little bit of heartburn. That would be my advice. Use what you know to your advantage. And if you don't know, then I'd say maybe be a little more careful. Um, but it's really confusing. Like I'm still confused prior to Brendan. I don't understand. Is that like I don't know what that name means, but that's who's asking. Like I'm still confused, and I've been doing this for a few months now. It's really hard to keep up. It's really hard to keep up, to be perfectly honest. There's like always new stuff coming out, and it can be really expensive. Um, but there's still ways to have a lot of fun with the hobby. I don't doubt that for a second. Why keep yawning? Oh man, keep yawning. Anyway, we'll get you set next week. Oh, look at that! I'm seeing my big yawn on the playback. Woo! Next week we'll get you set. I want to do more baseball. Start doing some baseball here. This is the last Friday till November. There will not be a baseball game on. Yeah. Grapefruit League. But guess what, guys? Baseball's happening. I love baseball. The guys, Matty Wood and the crew over at FTN, get behind that wall, join the team, help them set you up for daily or your leagues or whatever you have it, betting baseball on the go over at FTN. Maybe we'll have Maddie in next week to throw down some baseball. Prize Picks, prizepicks.com, promo code FTN, 100% instant match bonus up to $100. Keep an eye on my Twitter feed tonight. I will let you know which leans I like when they release weekend Saturday tee times projections for Concessions WGC Workday on the PGA Tour. But get in it, 100% instant match bonus up to $100. It's you versus the projection. You're not going in no mass multi. You just get cocky. You get cocky. There's a couple guys you like. You don't want to set a whole lineup. Put them together, 2-man entry, power play, easy, done. Just be better at it than I am. But the projections are all there. You go over or under. Really, it's an incredibly fun, easy site to navigate. You jump from sport to sport to make your multi-sport tickets. I am almost doing one every day now, essentially. So I will tweet out later tonight what I'm going to have for tomorrow on the PGA Tour. I am Geoff Fienberg. Thank you to FTN Daily. Thank you to Prize Picks. Sorry I was a little late for you guys today, but hey, we hammered it out. Let's do it. Reed or Finau for the win. Wouldn't that be fun? Have a good weekend, friends.